I'm Trin and welcome back to my channel. So I've done a lot of angry ranting videos as of late, and then this week I finally calmed down. I had a lot of healthy reflections. Maybe I'll share them with the video, I have no idea, but my anger has finally subsided. But in my anger, I was saying, I don't know if I ever actually said it on camera, but because I didn't do dedicated videos on it, but I, at least in my head, was like, I'm not doing any declutters. I am not going to at least film a declutter this shift out my makeup. And spoilers, I did declutter some of my makeup, and I'll explain like the reasons for it in a little bit. But today's video is basically why I'm not doing a shop my stash this year. A lot of people will do shop my stashes like not weekly, but like monthly, bi-monthly, per season, and I have a lot of reasons why I don't want to do it. First of all, I don't have that big of a makeup collection. I don't have like all of my drawers that I keep turning behind me but my chair's blocking it. I have a big makeup drawer set, and as I was kind of like reorganizing my makeup, finally putting away all the eyeshadow palettes that have been living on my floor for months, most of those drawers now are filled to the brim with eyeshadow palettes. Like, I don't have space even in my big makeup drawers like I used to, where I could devote drawers to like different product categories. Now it's like maybe 2 of those drawers are dedicated to products that are not eyeshadow, maybe 3, but the majority are not. So we're going to do a shop my stash for the year, because I have kind of come to this conclusion where if my makeup is not consistently in front of me, that was my big revelation last year, that if my makeup is not directly in front of me, that I'm just not going to use it. It's just not happening. I usually at some point in my makeup, as I'm applying, I have mousse on me, and I might think of a product back there and be like, oh, like this blush or this bronzer would be really good to use today, and then mousse is on me and I can't make him move. He's so cute, he's so comfy, I don't want to disturb the kitty, so I end up not turning around and reaching for those products. That's my biggest excuse, because my chair is like a rolly chair, but it doesn't scoot that much, it doesn't scoot that far, so I just end up not reaching for any of those products. So I I recalibrated my vanity to make suit of what my makeup. So I'm going to do kind of like a vanity tour. I'm going to pretty much just show you my vanity. I did clean it up before I filmed this video, but it's still a little bit chaotic, so sorry, not sorry. You will see my dirty brushes, sorry, not sorry. But we'll see how long this video is, but I did do a semblance of a declutter. I'll show you those products when we get to it. But for the majority of this stuff, like, let's go ahead, give this video a like, dislike, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get going. Like I said, my vanity has not been fully cleaned off, but this is pretty much what we're working with. So right in front of me, I have all the eyeshadow palettes that I use every single day, or like the palettes that I shop my stash for. I'm still tentatively going to do an eyeshadow shop my stash this year, but I really don't want to call it that, and I said it in my last video where it's like, I don't want to call it this, give me some ideas to rename it. But then I have my little compact mirror, use it for eyeliner and mascara, blah blah blah, and then I have my notepad where I keep track of whatever project I'm doing. So right now I have my Back to a Dead project, so I have that listed out. Next, we have these books that I set my camera on, very professional, very high tech. We have this little drawer or basket of, I don't really know what's in here, but generally it's my brows products, my mascaras, my eye primer, and then the cards I use for deco painting, which I'm not doing this year. Did I talk about why I'm not doing deco painting at some point? I didn't film it all last week because I had videos queued up for this week, so I was like, I'm just not going to film it all, so I have no idea. Now, solving my problem with the vanity drawers of makeup that's not getting used. I have this drawer right here, used to be my foundations and concealers. First of all, I only have 7 to 8 foundations. Second of all, I only have 7 to 8 concealers. There's really, this basket is way too big for just like 16 products. So I was like reaching over here as I do my makeup every day and was like, I don't know what I'm grabbing. Oh, that's not what I want. Put it back. Keep like fishing in and out. Again, I have moves on me, so I can't like lean myself forward. So I moved all my blushes and highlighters into it. So I grabbed this little white basket was in my makeup drawers that I moved over here. It fits perfectly in the fabric basket. This is all my blushes for the most part. These two are blushes, well, like these three, pretty much, move that paper over there, pretty much the majority of this basket is blushes, and then I have like my highlighters like all right here, and that's my blush and highlighter collection. We'll get, not all of my blushes fit in here, so I decided to just declutter them. Just was like, bye, I don't think I'm going to use you anyway, so I said goodbye. We have my sunscreen setting spray. These are two blushes that just didn't fit in the basket, but they're in the expired out blushes and I freaking love them, so I was like, I'm gonna keep them here. And then we have this stupid amount of face brushes that I never use. Again, it's a little bit of, I'm 5'1", okay? I don't have that long of arms, so I have to really stretch over to grab these brushes, but there's no real space for me to move them to where they're closer. So they stay over here, they rarely get used. I'm like, I'm gonna declutter my brushes. And I'm like, who am I gonna give these brushes to? I have no idea. So they just sort of sit here. I do wanna do something with these brushes at some point. I just don't have the answer to it right now. Scooty, hi, that's me in the mirror. I do keep my moisturizers right here. You can see it. So I have the e.l.f. Stay Cold Primer Stick, and then I just used my Versed Gel Moisturizer this morning, so I have to grab the backup in the sink. Eyeshadow brushes on this little shelfie thing. And by the way, like this little storagey thing with the baskets and this riser is actually like a desktop for monitors riser, but I ended up repurposing it for my Vanity mirror and everything else. We have this cluster mess of products that I reach for and I don't reach for. We have this candle that's been long burnt out and I don't know what to do with it, and I just haven't moved it. I have my silicone applicators, my lip mask, hair clips that I don't use anymore for stupid ass reasons. And then here we have my little lip storage. So technically this is really good. This is all my lip liners. These are like the 2 or 3 bullet lipsticks. That's really good. This is like lip glosses, lip oils. And then this is supposed to be lip gloss. This is supposed to be like a sorted thing, but I have like my lip stains, my Pokemon ColourPop glosses, my one liquid lipstick, and then the Fenty. I do have the e.l.f. Plumbing Clout lipstick back here, but, and I think, okay, this is my problem. I get little things that get pushed behind the drawer, and I can't really reach for them effectively because these drawers are deeper than what they look like. So I probably should have used this next time today. It would have better complemented my stuff. I have a pair of glasses that are years old. The prescriptions are way off. I don't know what to do with them, so I kind of hide back here. Next we have my cluster mess of, here's another problem I have. So we have my dual-ended / cream brushes that I use like every single day. I have my foundation brush. Would it fit? There's my tea and eyeliners. Would that brush fit into this cup? Absolutely. This is the cup of brushes that I actually reach for. So if I need like one of the brushes that I just showed you, I will reach for them, and if there's space, I will drop them in this cup because those are the brushes I use, and I even have brushes in there that I don't use. So it's like, should I move them? I don't know. I really need to look at my face brushes, like all of the ones I have, and see like which ones I'm using, which ones I'm not, and then just probably throw them in my closet to let them die. Refocusing. I have my dual-ended brushes. I have my powder proof. My sponge is incredibly dirty. I have stepped away from using my sponge in my makeup routine because I'm focusing on the Mirror complexion stick right now. In my drawers behind me, I did move all of my foundations and concealers because in one of my rants in a recent video, it was like, I only want to use the Mirror complexion stick. It's like when I was panning like the foundation from last year, was like, I don't want to use this, I want to use the Mirror complexion stick. So we'll get to that basket, what's like underneath my vanity, but because right now we're focusing on top. But, so the Mirror Complexion stick has moved down there, and then my foundations are put away. So I have all of these excessive amounts of About Face liquid eyeshadows. But they all fit in a straight line, and pretty much I'm not going to buy anymore. A, because I'm on no buy, and second of all, then I'd have to start stacking on top, and I don't want to do that. Brushies, brushies, brushies. I have this little mess. I moved all the brushes, so now it's chaotic, but these are my A ColourPop Super Shock shadows, the one I still keep, my actual hair clips, and then the e.l.f. single eyeshadows that I didn't really know what to do with. Alright, let's move on somewhere else. The basket that is kind of like my version of a drawer underneath my desk. These are the products that don't really have a space on my desk, but I want an easy access. There's little gaps over here and a bunch of like tech computer stuff, false eyelashes. I had a phase. Hi, Moosey. Not yet. Not yet, buddy. Okay, get down. Nope. You're the victim. I get it. So, I had a phase in, what year is it? 2023, where I was like trying false lashes again, and I was like, this isn't for me. I have these specific eyeshadow Q-tips that I thought I would use, and I never did. So, this basket, this is the start of my basket. Nobody. Okay. I want to say hi to Moose. I know my camera keeps focusing in and out, and it's a really annoying sound, and there's nothing to do about it, and I'm sorry. Get down. Alright, there's Moose. There's the most part of the video for you guys. So, this is like the front of the basket. This is the back of the basket. So I keep my two primary powders right here, and then I keep focusing in and out. This is really annoying. But I pretty much have Ugh. Cats, am I right? So pretty much I keep my bronzers in here. This is a little face palette. The other two NYX By Melt blushes that don't really have space anywhere else. Hourglass palette. This is an NYX By Melt bronzer that I forgot was in here. My Natasha Denona High Glam powder. This is in the back because I haven't used up the CoverGirl purple powder yet. So I kind of like shoved it in the back purposely to kind of put it on hold until I used up the purple powder, which I need to repress and I still haven't. Hourglass blush palette. And then in the dark over here, I have like tubes, cream products that just kind of hide in the back that I can't really organize the way I do this. So I have like cream bronzer, cream contour. The Mirror Complexion stick is down there. The e.l.f. version of the Rare Beauty liquid blushes is back there. This is my one and only primer. Well, this is my one. I only have two primers, so I have the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless and a mini of the e.l.f. Power Rub. So I only put Moose on my shoulder, so he is content and scratching the hell out of my shoulder. But basically, this is that basket. Are my declutter products that pretty much just need to go in the trash because the majority of this stuff is old. So I have the green Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and I was really confused because I was like, I haven't used this in a year, I'm going to declutter it. And I went to my makeup inventory to like delete these sheets, and it wasn't even here, or in that Excel sheet. So that was supposed to be decluttered oh so long ago, and it never was. I have this Odin's Eye blush that I got in a mystery box because I was stupid, and I kind of want to I don't know if I removed it from my spreadsheet. I'm trying to open it with one hand, but it's a very pigmented blush, which normally for me isn't a problem, and I've learned ways to make a pigmented blush work. Also, it's a very deep berry blush, so for a pigmented blush, it's a little too intense. If it was like a pretty light pink pigmented blush, I'd probably be more apt to use it. So because I've already decluttered a couple things from my drawer basket over there, then I might actually I'm not gonna like re-add it to my spreadsheet until I've used it a couple times, but I might reintroduce it, so it might be undecluttered. I have this ColourPop Super Shock blush from the Sailor Moon collection that I literally only bought because of the cat. I'm not gonna try opening it, but the cat embossing is also on the blush. So part of me is like, oh, what? Like, I barely grew up with Sailor Moon. Like, if I didn't ever find a consistent channel on TV where Sailor Moon was playing, so it was kind of like when I'm browsing channels as a kid, and I was like, oh, Sailor Moon is on, I'm gonna watch it. So there's really no sentimental purpose for this blush. So even though it's a really cute, like, color that is totally up my alley. It's really hard pressed, so it's like very hard to get the product picked up on the brush, which is another beef. I have the Odin's Eye blush, so that makes it kind of annoying. It makes me not really want to use it, so I'm not keeping it for sentimental purposes. This blush I could arguably keep for sentimental purposes. This is Nabla Lola. I used to absolutely freaking love this blush. Completely freaking obsessed with this blush. But it has lost all its pigmentation. I don't know how old it is. It is older than like since me restarting my YouTube channel in 2021. So it's at least 3 years old. And it was a beautiful color, beautiful like watermelon blushy color. But the pigment is pretty much gone. So I'm going to say goodbye to it. And then I have 2 of the Lion King blushes. If these fit over on my vanity, I might put them over there, but I kind of put them in this declutter space because I want to move them to my sentimental box. So I'm not going to hold up each individual product over here, but pretty much there's a lot of lip products that I didn't use last year, or I used the time or two and was like, I don't like these. Why am I keeping them? 2 of the big offenders are the Milani lip stains. Beautiful, beautiful formula, beautiful, beautiful shades. The problem though is they were literally sitting in arm's reach, not in the drawers where I had to maybe dig in the back to find them. They were literally sitting front and center on my vanity for a year, and I used them a lot in January and February, and then they just fell off the face of the earth for me, and I was like, I'm just gonna say goodbye to them. I have an e.l.f. Halo Glow one back here. It expired. I'm letting it go. I have ColourPop Hippo, which I thought I decluttered already, but I think I decluttered it from my spreadsheet, but I didn't officially get it out of my drawers. It's old. I don't have any sentimental value to it. It can go. Then I have Lunch Money that everyone lost their freaking minds about a few years ago. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me, like, at all. It's not very intense. And if I'm going to go for a highlighter, I want it to be intense. This just doesn't do it for me. I'm not sentimental towards it. It can go. I don't really want to go through these one by one because I'm lazy. I have back there, I have like a Fenty Gloss Bomb. I just don't like the smell of the Fenty Gloss Bombs. I bought a clear one to do that like eyeshadow like pack. So you buy a clear gloss, you mix eyeshadow with it, and it comes out with a really cool color that you can't do in stores. That backfired on me, so it was just like, meh. I have a CoverGirl Berry Lip Balm that I used a lot in the beginning of last year, and then I was like, I don't like you, so why am I keeping you? An Ulta eyeshadow that is like a nice rose gold shade. I was using a lot a few years ago, but then I've just sort of bought other shadows that have replaced its purpose. I have the Auric Glow Lust. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. It might go in sentimental, but pretty much this was a waste of money the minute I bought it because I don't use liquid highlighters, period. And I've tried going through phases where I try to make them work, and I don't like them. I bought this because it was Samantha Ravindell's brand. It was her first product launch. Stupid. I want to support this influencer that I like. And also the packaging played an incredible huge role in it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it's probably going to end up in, I don't want to talk about. I have the Essence Pure Nude Baked Highlighter. Again, it was a product from like years and years ago that everyone lost their minds about. I decluttered mine, repurchased it a few years ago, and it's like, maybe I'm gonna like it more. I was actually over with my other highlighters on my vanity. I used it once and I was like, it's showing up as nothing. This is not the product for me, so I'm letting it go. I have my Lethal Brown lipstick that was in Decca Painting last year. I love a dark brown lip, but I need something with longevity, and that doesn't do it for me. Also with the About Face matte lip paint, beautiful color. I only wore it on the weekends when I didn't care about my lip longevity, and for me that's not a good enough reason to keep lip products. Okay, my Mortar shadows. I never really liked them to begin with. And then I have the Give Me Glow highlighter. I don't know what shade it is. I'm not going to open it up. But this was for a long time my go-to concert highlighter. It was like, I'm going to a concert, I want to be gleaming to the gods, I want to be intense. And then I got Rare Beauty Enlighten last year, and that replaced this. So I have a lot of sentimental value for the Give Me Glow, so that's going to go with my Lion King sentimental box. But it's not sticking around because I have Rare Beauty Enlighten. Lastly, I have face palettes back there. We're not going to talk about them simply because I'm tired of talking and I don't care. But pretty much everything in those are going to say goodbye. On top is the Makeup Geek Kathleen Lights palette from like 2017. I was holding on to it for years. I removed it from my makeup spreadsheet like very early last year, but it was still in my drawers, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to put it in sentimental box because I'm not sentimental towards Makeup Geek. I'm not sentimental towards Kathleen Lights. It was just, I really like the highlighters in it, and I could argue that it's like, I can still use this. I'm not going to, so let's be real. Alright, lastly are a bunch of eyeliners that are hella old, and the Kaleidos multi-chrome eyeliners that I bought like the day they launched. I don't like them. They don't do multi-chrome for me, and which is fine. A lot of eyeliners really aren't going to do a multi-chrome flip no matter what, because they go in such a small portion of the eye. That's not really a problem. I just don't really like the formula. In order to really make them stand out, I have to do the eyeliner first and then do the eyeshadow underneath your eyes, and I forget to do that 95% of the time. So by the time I'm like, oh, I need to use an eyeliner, I can't use these because they're just not going to show up. I did use up one last year, and the rest I was like, I just don't care about. I have a few, like this NYX Epic Wear eyeliner in like an orange. When do I use an orange eyeliner? So I said just like goodbye to it. I have two LA Girl Shockwave eyeliners, the yellow and the purple. I have replaced these in my collection. They're hella old and they don't work. So, I'm wasting money. And then, yeah, this is just a bunch of lip products that I don't want to talk about. So those are the products that I am decluttering, saying goodbye. 90% of these are going in the garbage. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not going to try rehoming them, especially all the lip products. That's just not working out for me. So that's the end of this video. This was way longer than I anticipated, so I'm tired of talking. So I'll see you on the next video. Like, dislike, subscribe. As always, have joy, and bye!